General Hospital early spoilers June 2nd to 6th, Michael's war erupts and Gio accuses parents. General Hospital spoilers for June 2nd to 6th 2025 see Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, war will erupt. Giovanni Palmieri Giovanni Mazza is accusing his parents. Plus, Drew Kane Quartermain Cameron Matheson may actually have a moment of panic. General Hospital spoilers, setting the stage for the week ahead. But as we always do on early edition day, we talk about what's coming the rest of this week, just to set the context for all of that. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's dive right in. Wednesday, May 28th, we have got Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms there supporting Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, who is very stressed out. She's talking with Maxie about Michael's unexpected blindside return at the nurses' ball and him preemptively taking Wiley Quartermain Corinthos, Viren Weaver, and of course the coming custody battle. And Nina tells Maxie that something is going to change everything for the custody hearing. And I'm betting that's Michael's return, especially hot on the heels of Drew's scandal and other issues. General Hospital spoilers, Michael reunites with the family. Speaking of Michael, he happily reunites with the Corinthos family. And of course, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, was the only one who had any sort of heads up, and he didn't get much of one. Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, others were completely blindsided. The family is of course going to rally around Michael as he goes to war to stop Drew from winding up with his kids. Gio confronts Dante and Brooke Lynn on GH lies and accusations. Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, and Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, hope that Gio will listen to them. Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, texted to give them a heads up that he was at the Q mansion. And of course, BLQ told Lois Cerullo Rena Sofer she can't go along. But honestly, Gio really does need to talk to Lois. So, Dante and BLQ are desperate to make Gio understand that they didn't know about him. And yes, they do care. And they're going to talk to him hot on the heels of Gio blasting the family, calling the Quartermains a bunch of liars. So this is not going to be an easy sell. And Gio wants to know. He demands to know what their excuse is. And he might be talking to his bio mom, Brooke Lynn, because Dante didn't even know about the pregnancy until that night. General Hospital spoilers, Chase comes clean. So, BLQ has to think carefully also when Dante asks her, would she have ever told him they had a child if her hand hadn't been forced by these circumstances? And we do know she's been tormented for a while. Plus, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, is going to come clean. And so he may tell Dante that he found out recently that, Brooke Lynn and his bestie had a baby. I do think, Chase is going to insist that his wife is innocent in this and was very young. And I think Dante's going to be pretty understanding overall, probably more so with Brooke Lynn than with Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens Bruning. Olivia and Lois clash over secrets on General Hospital. And Olivia Falconeri, Lisa Lo Cicero rages at Lois, who defends her actions and tells Olivia that she can't understand until she's been in the exact same position. What's interesting and ironic about that, and we cannot ever forget that Sonny had no clue about his own son, Dante Falconeri, for what almost 30 years, because Olivia had been lying to his face for all that time. So Olivia has been in kind of a hybrid of Brooke Lynn and Lois position. So, she really shouldn't throw stones because she definitely was living in a glass house for a while. Drew's panic and Willow's plea on GH. Plus, Drew asks Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, please don't do this. It's almost like he's begging, but she insists to Drew that she has to try. And it looks like she's going to try and venture into the lion's den and talk to Michael about giving her back the kids. Plus, Carly wants to know how Michael knew it was the exact moment that he needed to come home. And I still want to know at what point he's going to find out that Willow came and was told he refused to see her because that's down to Drew. We'll see if that gets exposed. General Hospital drama, fallout and revelations. On Thursday, May 29th, Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, counsels Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, and he is, likely quite worried about the backlash because Dant is devastated by the baby Gio bombshell. And of course, Cody feels really bad for how it went down. And he knows Dante's gonna have questions for him about back then his teens and also with, more recently with Lulu. Brooke Lynn and Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth, have a long overdue talk and Brooke Lynn is finally going to tell her dad all about the teen pregnancy. Both of them, of course, are furious at Lois. Lulu has to face Dante. Obviously, he's going to hear from BLQ, probably from Chase, maybe from Tracy, Gio as well, about Lulu's role in all this. And of course, Dante not going to be happy with Lulu playing such a big part in this secret coming out in the worst possible way, because it's very clear Lulu was trying to hurt BLQ when she triggered this collateral damage, and she's trying to still excuse it under Dante had a right to know. And Carly agreed that he did, but not from Lulu's mouth. Michael and Jason talk about Drew and Willow and the custody battle. Plus Sasha and the new baby, plus Sunny's heart surgery. They have lots and lots to catch up on. And Kai, Jens Austin Astrup and Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali got intimate earlier this week. And then later in the week, they take things to another level, so we might get I love yous. Friday's developments, requests and doubts. Friday, May 30th, Michael asks Sasha for something. Michael already reassured Sasha that if it's still what she wanted, she could raise the baby by herself. But his request might be about her subpoena in the custody case that Rick Rickhurst sent. Michael might have something very specific he wants Sasha to say. And of course, there's always a chance Rick knows that she's pregnant with Michael's baby. Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, has some doubts and may be done with Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr. Ava Jerome, Maura West, has some advice for Nina. And Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, and Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, do some brainstorming obviously about how to deal with Rick and Ava. And Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, catches up with Laura Spencer, Jeannie Francis. General Hospital spoilers, looking ahead to June 2nd to 6th. Going into the following week, June 2nd through the 6th, Dante and Brooke Lynn are really trying hard to make things right with their son, Gio. And of course, they hate he's going through this. They feel really bad that Gio assumes he was unwanted. He may not believe Dante and BLQ at first. I think it's going to take Lois coming clean to Gio and owning all the lies that she and Camila and Gloria Cerullo, Ellen Travolta, told to get Gio to believe that his parents really didn't know and really didn't reject him. Michael's gearing up for battle in the courtroom. He's not playing games and he came back ruthless and determined to destroy Drew on General Hospital. And if Willow stands by her man, then Michael will have to consider her an enemy as well. General Hospital spoilers, Nina tries to help Willow. Nina tries to help Willow and of course Sunny at least sees that trying to avoid a custody war is the best thing. But Carly Corinthos is going to keep amping up things because Carly's going to Carly, as we all know. Cody worries about the future of his friendship with Dante. Not only did he lie to Dante when they were teens, but of course he recently conspired with Lulu and was encouraging her and wound up being part of Dante's son being devastated to some extent. General Hospital spoilers, Portia fears what's next with Curtis. Cody does have a little bit of an excuse since he found out as an adult who his bio dad was, but as Cody just told Lulu, his story is very different, and he feels like they really screwed up. Portia fears what's next with Curtis because she is a lying liar who has more lies still to come out. Lulu is gonna take heat from Tracy and others and Lois will decide whether to stay or go, but she's definitely persona non grata in Port Charles. Tracy, Ned, and Olivia unite to try and help Brooke Lynn, Dante, and Gio through their turmoil. Sunny's probably gonna offer some advice to Dante because he's been there, done that, got the secret dad t-shirt as well. Michael's 5-point revenge unleashes hell. General Hospital sees that Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, is back to Port Charles. There is going to be hell to pay. He is not playing games and he has a payback agenda to unleash, and it is going to be epic. We're going to talk about 5 things Michael going to do that will unleash a campaign of shock and awe on many people on General Hospital. General Hospital, Michael Corinthos returns with an agenda. So alright, we've got Michael back. He looks to be fully recovered from those severe third-degree burns, and he is not wasting any time doing what needs to be done. So number 1, the first part of his payback plan already kicked off. It began the moment Michael landed in Port Charles. He put on a tux, he was looking sharp, and he crashed the nurse's ball. Without saying a word to anybody, he snatched up Wiley Corinthos, Viren Weaver, and took off with his son heading for Carly Corinthos Spencer's, Laura Wright house. And at the same time, Michael pulled a super sneaky move and had Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, snatch his daughter Amelia from Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and Drew Kane Quartermain's Cameron Matheson house. So Michael's not messing around. He's not wasting time and he is playing for keeps. Clearly, with what he pulled with Wiley and Amelia, we know Michael's priority is the kids. And then, of course, he blindsided Willow with a court order giving him emergency custody until their hearing on June 2nd. She is devastated and horrified. As of now, Michael going to fight Willow tooth and nail for sole custody of their kids. He won't let them live under the same roof as his dirtbag Uncle Drew. This week, Willow is begging Michael, "Don't take the children away from me." Willow says they belong with her. But Michael says, not anymore. General Hospital, shocking custody battle begins for Wiley and Amelia. So, thanks to Diane, Carol and Hennessy, we've got Michael on top of this custody issue except for one little hiccup. Nina, Cynthia Watros, just found out Michael cheated on Willow with Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, and she's pretty sure the baby that she's carrying is Michael's S. And of course, Nina doesn't have any proof yet. But if she takes this to Drew's lawyer, who already has a subpoena to put Sasha on the stand for the custody hearing, well, he can grill her and probably demand a paternity test. Willow doesn't know it yet, but Nina just gave her a huge leg up in court. But Michael's not going to stop no matter what. Michael's vengeance, Drew faces payback for stealing Willow and more. So the second part of his plan to unleash hell is to make sure Drew gets what's coming to him for stealing his wife, for trying to steal his kids, and essentially stealing his life. Plus, while Michael's been gone, Drew has been doing a lot of other ugly and dirty things. I suspect Michael's going to circle back around to Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, and they're going to cook up some bold new plot to expose and destroy Drew. And of course, Curtis will tell Michael that Drew is blackmailing Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, and targeting Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, trying to take the piers and run him out of Port Charles. That's all going to be huge. Michael will be furious to know that Drew is coming for Sonny, not to mention everything Drew's done to the Quartermains and a lot of people that Michael cares about. Plus, Drew paying off that clinic lady to say Michael refused to see Willow? That's going to come out. You know it will. The clinic bribe exposed, Michael's plan to break up Willow and Drew. And speaking of that sketchy thing, that's the third thing we're going to talk about. Drew orchestrating that clinic bribe is going to come into play in the third part of Michael's vengeance plan. I suspect that Michael's not going to stop until he breaks up Willow and Drew. Now, not because Michael wants Willow back, I think he is done with her, but I think Michael wants Willow to see that Drew is no good. I could see Michael lashing out at Willow to prove to her that she blew it and she picked a bad guy over him, who was a devoted husband to her. Plus, if Drew is out of Willow life, then I'm sure Michael will probably let Willow have some sort of relationship with their kids. Michael doesn't want to deprive Wiley and Amelia of knowing their mother, but as long as Drew is around, it's just not going to happen. He can't let it. General Hospital, Michael and Sonny team up to hunt the penthouse bomber. Alright, number 4 on our list. I think Michael is going to turn around and work with Sonny to find the person who gave the order to firebomb the penthouse and that caused Michael all that pain and suffering. Sonny wants to bring them to justice and so does Michael. Now, whether that means putting that person in prison or, taking out a hit on them or taking a more hands-on approach to disposing of them, Sonny and Michael both want that bomber to pay. And of course, Sonny was the real target, which means he's probably still at risk and nearly killing Michael and causing that horrible pain and those injuries. That was just collateral damage. Sonny already been working overtime trying to find this person. Jason's working on it because they know the family is not going to be safe until they figure out who's plotting. So maybe Michael will remember something from those moments before the bomb that could give them some sort of lead. Could Michael Corinthos become the new mob boss in Port Charles? Alright, number 5. Fifth and final. I will say this one's a long shot, but I'd like to see it happen. And it ties into Sonny wanting to get out of the mob business because of his health issues. It's worth mentioning because it would be really cool. And again, I do think it's a long shot that it would manifest, but I think it's something that fans would enjoy. And that's taking over the Corinthos mob business. If it was actually Sidwell, Carlo Rota, who had Sonny's penthouse blown up, obviously that would stop Sonny from selling the piers to the guy. You know, Sidwell is his only exit plan right now, but Sonny definitely wants out of the mob business. So Michael could decide to take over for Sonny. I mean, I think he's got the bandwidth. He's been gone for quite a while, and the businesses that he was overseeing and in charge of are doing just fine without him. For instance, YLQ is in very good hands with Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth running it. There are no issues there. Meanwhile, Curtis is doing a fabulous job running Aurora Media. So Michael doesn't need to take over. He can leave everything in Ned and Curtis' hands. And that means Michael could easily step into Sonny's shoes and be the next big mob boss in Port Charles. Then again, I know it's a long shot, but a lot of fans would love to see Michael going totally dark after all this stuff that's happened to him. It's clear that he came back to Port Charles with payback on his mind, but imagine if Carly's oldest son became the new mob kingpin in town. Now, however this all plays out, we're already seeing the start of Michael's epic payback plan. There is going to be hell to pay, starting with Willow and Drew and spreading out from there. It's going to be epic. We're just getting started, and I am totally here for it.